Welcome back. Let's do question 6a. You invest into two different investment schemes for a period of 5 years. Let's just read everything. Investment 1. You place 3,500 into an investment at the end of each month. Interest on this investment is 15% per annum compounded monthly. Right, what type of investment is it? This is a future value annuity because the payments are done every month. So this is an annuity. Okay, future value annuity. Investment 2. You make a deposit of 24,000 immediately and then only make a second deposit of 7,000 into the same account at the end of the third year. Timelines will assist us when we do this. Interest on this investment is 20% per annum compounded quarterly. The interest is the same throughout for the whole 5 years, so this should be easy. If you combine the value of your two investments at the end of the 5-year period, then what is the value of this lump sum? Give your answer correct to 2 decimal places. Let's start with investment 1. We have to find the future value for investment 1 and also find the accumulated amount here for investment 2, and then we add them. Okay, let's start with investment 1. If you want, you can list your information, but what we have here, we have the installment, which is the x. Let's start by writing the formula. Future value is equal to x, then 1 plus I to the power n minus 1, all this over I. Right, so our x is 3,500, our I is 15%, so 0.15 divided by 12. Then what will be n? N will be 5 times 12, because how many payments will be done? N is the number of payments. So in 5 years, there'll be 60 payments if payments are done monthly. Okay, let's substitute what we have, which is 3,500, and then 1 plus our I will be 0.15, or you can use 15% as it is, divided by 12 because it's compounded monthly. And then 12 times, or 5 times 12. 5 times 12 minus 1, or you can just write 60 there. All this over 0.15 divided by 12. This is fine. After substituting, you can put this whole thing into your calculator as it is. You can just put this thing in the calculator as it is, and then you must get your future value, which is equal to 310,000, 10 rand, then 7771. We'll run off to 2 decimal places at the end. Right, that is investment 1. Let's look at investment 2. You make a deposit of 24,000 immediately. So there's a deposit. Let me draw the timeline here. So we have a deposit of 24,000, and then only make a second deposit of 7,000 into the same account at the end of the third year. So we have year 1, year 2, year 3, and then we add another 7,000. This will be 3 years. And then interest on this investment is 20% per annum compounded quarterly. So we want to find A here at the end of 5 years. Right, and then the interest is the same throughout. Right, it's 20% per annum compounded quarterly. So we have the 24,000. I prefer this method. I'm not going to do all the options. I'll just stick to this one. You do each transaction independently. Like we have the 24,000. So 24,000 is going to be in the bank for 5 years. So it's going to gain interest for 5 years. This is 5 years. Plus the 7,000 is going to be in the bank for 2 years. We just do this once. We're using our formula A is equal to P 1 plus I to the power n. And so we have A, which is the 24,000 one, 24,000, and then 1 plus, and then the interest rate is 20% per annum compounded quarterly. So it's 0.20 divided by 4 because compounded quarterly for 5 years. So it's 5 times 4. That's the 24,000 done for the whole 5 years. Then plus the 7,000, which is going to be in the bank for 2 years. Then 7,000, then 1 plus 0.20 20/4. And then for 2 years, it's going to be 2 times 4. And then you just put this thing in the calculator as it is. Okay, what does it give you? A is equal to 74,021 rand, then 33303. We'll round off at the end. So now, what is the total amount? Because we're asked to find the total amount. If you combine the value of your two investments at the end of the 5-year period, then what is the value of this lump sum? Then we find the total, which is 310,010,771 plus 74,021,33303. Then add these, what you get? 384,032 rand, then 1101. Then two decimal places. So this is 384,032 rand and 11 cents. Remember, money always must be in two decimal places. You can leave it as one decimal place, always. Even if there's one decimal place, let's say you get 2,5. You can't leave it like that. You have to put a 0 there, so that it becomes 2 rand 50.